So for those who are looking at the YieldMax funds and are interested in exploring them further because of their high payout ratios, funded by options premium, I guess I was just looking at them quick. I wanted to see what funds are the most popular from the YieldMax fund manager. And so I went to, stockanalysis.com, pulled the YieldMax funds, and then I guess sorted them here by assets under management. And for those who are interested, you can see that for the most part, the most popular funds are either tied to Bitcoin, AI, maybe NVDY, Tesla, or Coinbase here, which is Bitcoin again, or cryptocurrency. And then we got the index funds being YMAX and YMAG. And then you got the Amazon, Meta, and some of your bigger companies. But as far as a relative perspective, I then took this information and plugged it into Tableau here. And I like this presentation because it really gives you a relative perspective of what are the big funds that the YieldMax is using, what the people find to be the most beneficial, or at least the most interested for them as far as investing their own money. And you can see by far and away, MSTY, which is tied to the underlying of MicroStrategy, is by far the most popular one that people are finding interesting as far as investing. This could easily be driven by the large dividends that have been experienced. You can see here I even compared MicroStrategy, assets under management, 2.3 billion. And as far as how that relates to other big funds, you got the SPI at 3 billion, so a little bit bigger. And then the big one, JEPI, at 39, almost 40 billion. So I guess it's still small relative to these ones, but from a YieldMax perspective on the single stock exposure, MSTY definitely comes in as quite a bit larger. But followed by that, it's NVDY, TSLY, Coinbase, and then YMAX and YMAG. And those are basically the largest funds that they're probably driving the most revenue off of. And then if you also look at expense ratio, 0.99%, just quick math here, 99% times assets under management. On an annual basis, we are looking at $23 million in fees. The YieldMax company isn't doing so bad trying to promote these and get them to grow further. But for those who've been invested in YieldMax, or not YieldMax, or YieldMax MSTY fund, it has been a pretty good ride. Max, if I go out the max duration, open at 20, it's almost at 25, so you're still above your inception price, and the dividends have been massive. See, trailing 12 months, $31 in dividends, and the dividend charted out here as well. Probably get a better. So the dividends have been quite massive, and then your investment is actually up. What's that relative? Up 5 on 20, so you're up roughly 25% on the actual fund as well. So a very good investment. But that's about all I wanted to say. I just wanted to point out what the most popular funds are. I'll add a link to this Tableau dash or this Tableau illustration in the description below if you want to take a look at it. Might update this on an ongoing basis to see what the funds capturing people's imaginations are going forward. And just looking around social media, I know when Roundhill created their new funds as focused on the single pairs, the 5 of them, NVIDIA, I think that's Tesla, Apple, Coinbase, Palantir. I think I got that. Some of the comments I noticed for people focused on MicroStrategy. Given the success of the MicroStrategy fund in YieldMax, I'm surprised they don't go after I guess they got the NVIDIA, Coinbase, and Tesla. And what were the other ones? Palantir. Here's Palantir for YieldMax. Growing fund, but definitely nowhere. It's one of the newer funds, but nowhere near the size of some of these other ones. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out as something of curiosity that I was looking at. So I figured I'd create a visual for others to gain the insight as well. Thanks for tuning in.